hope everybody's doing amazing. I really appreciate every single one of you being here. Thank you for your support. I am Marlene Motivates. I am your channel for motivation, inspiration, positivity, all of those things. I do live streams mainly on pop-ups, but I do at least one live a week. Plus, I have the Motivated Dailies, which is Monday to Sunday, every single day. It's uploaded on this channel at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune in. So shout out to all of my motivators family. Happy Sunday to everybody. I hope everybody's doing amazing. I hope you all are doing great. All of those things. And I am ready to get into talking about this topic. And I'm going to be sharing 7 ways that we can shift our mindset, shift our mentality. Okay? So here is the title, everybody. Today we're talking about I'm not a victim, I am victorious. First, we have to start off by saying we go through things in our life. Situations happen to us. We get scarred, we get hurt, we get abandoned, taken for granted, disrespected. People get jealous of us. Lots of things happen to us in our life, but our life is only going to be as good as we allow. Now, I know when we're in the moment, when things are happening to us in our life, it does not feel that way. When we go through situations, it does not feel like I can make a choice for something different, but you can. Everything in this life is what we select. Everything is what we think, and everything is what we do. We cannot do anything about what other people do. All we can do is do what we can. And we're going to get into talking about this. And I'm going to be talking about 7 ways, 7 things that we can do to shift our mindset, to shift our focus into a more positive one. So let's get started. So first, I have to speak to all of you motivators and inform you and let you all know that you're not a victim. No matter how much pain, no matter how much hurt someone may have inflicted on you, the ones that have abandoned you, the ones that have disrespected you, the ones that have not loved you in your love language, you are still not a victim. Okay, so we're going to talk today how to shift and change our entire life from having the victim mentality to having a victory mindset. And it's all in 7 things that we're going to talk about today. Okay, so the first one we're going to start talking about is choosing to heal. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody. When we go through things in our life and hurtful things, either the things that we have done, the choices that we have made as women and as men, or even some things that happened to us as children that we had no control over. Now, after that time passes, after your childhood, now that you're an adult, now you have to start asking yourself some questions. Why do I still allow myself to claim this victim? Why do I keep putting and speaking negativity over our lives? And you may not even realize, but when you start saying things like, I'm a victim and this happened to me, you start claiming negativity. You start thinking everything negative thoughts, and you do not allow yourself to move past it. But when you start shifting your mentality and even having the thoughts, you have to speak it over yourself and speak it over your life. I choose to heal. Okay. See, that just having that thought, I choose to heal from my past. I choose to heal from my hurt. I choose to heal from my pain. I choose to heal from the ones that didn't support me. I choose to heal from, put all the cards out on the table. That's very important in us shifting our mindset, shifting our focus, shifting our life to a positive one. We have to put all the cards on the table and say what happened to us. I did this. or they did that. And then you say, now as an adult, now I'm going to make a choice to speak and declare over my life. And I claim healing. I claim personal growth. I claim strength. I claim a cleansing. See, when we're talking about choosing to heal, we have to purify our mentality. And when we go through things in our life, our mentality is not in the best way. You may have a lot of unresolved issues. You have anger. You are have a skewed sense of reality when it comes to certain individuals in your life, and you just will not allow yourself to forgive. And part of that healing and speaking and claiming victory over your life is you have to shift your mindset. You have to shift your focus and be in the position to say, I'm ready to heal. The majority of people, when they go through situations and traumas and difficulties and disappointments, even sometimes when it's us, when we made the bad decision, when we chose the wrong people, or we didn't listen to our intuition, when we didn't listen to discernment, and when we didn't listen to other people, we still feel like we do not want to heal. We do not want to get over it. So part of the first steps towards claiming victory over our life, it means that we have to make a choice to say, I was victimized, but now I am no longer a victim. Somebody may have done something to me, but that was not out of my control. And we have to speak to the little girl or the little boy inside of us and say, you know what, little Marlene, or whatever your name is, this happened to you, and that was terrible. They should not have done that to you. But now today we're adults, we are grown, and we're going to choose to say, now I am in control of my life. Now I'm in control of what I think. Now I'm in control of what I do. And it's not right what they did to me. It's not right how they hurt me. It's not right how they didn't show up for me, or it's not right that they did this, and this, whether it's your parents or your siblings, whether it's a romantic relationship, whatever hurt you, whatever disappointed you. It could be a business deal, it could be a job, whatever didn't show up for you in the right way, whatever hurt you, disappointed you, made you sad, discouraged you, all of those things. See, today we're going to be speaking victory over our life. We're going to be speaking victory over our situation. And that's what I had to do in my life. I had to speak victory over myself, that I was not my past. I am my present. It's what I believe. And until you come into the position where you say, I believe in me, I believe in everything that I am, and I claim it and I speak it and I believe it. See, until we speak and claim victory over our life, we will always feel miserable. We will always feel just as hurt as when whatever hurt us happened. Until we say, it's time to release it. It's time to let go. It's time for us to feel better about ourselves. And when I'm speaking about letting things go, when we talk about forgiveness, forgiving other people and also forgiving ourselves, we're not saying what happened to us is right. That's the first thing that we have to put out in the atmosphere. When someone hurts us, someone disappoints us, doesn't do the right thing to us, make sure that you put that out there. I acknowledge what they did was not right. I acknowledge the role that I played in this. I acknowledge that I should not have done this, and this. And when we do that, we show, number one, our maturity. We show that we're not going to try to repeat the cycle, because most of the time we get victimized on things because we did not learn the lesson. And I feel like that's a message for somebody. We will repeat cycles until we learn the lesson. And until you learn the lesson, until you do whatever it takes so that you don't repeat it, until you say, I'm not going to do that anymore, or this isn't good for me, or I need to have, learn to speak up and learn about boundaries for yourself and other people, you will continue to repeat bad behaviors. You will continue to allow people who are low vibrational, people who are negative, people who do not believe in you, and you'll continue. You'll continue to be that victim. You'll continue to speak that pronouncement over yourself, and it is a pronouncement. What we think, what we believe is who we become. And I'll say that again for whoever needs to hear it. And we have to speak the victory over ourselves, and we have to speak it over our life. I think that's something that's very important for us to not only do for others, but also for ourselves. We have to make a choice to be healed. We have to make a choice to be stronger. We have to make a choice to be there for ourselves, even if others were not there for us. Even if other people were not there for us, even if other people did not support us, remember the difference now is that now we are an adult. Now we can say, even if other people didn't do right by me, didn't treat me the way that I deserve to be treated, now I can make a choice to do better for me. Yes, see, a healing is definitely going to take place in our life when we start saying, I can't do anything about my past. I can do nothing. I can't shift that. I can't change that. I can't make a person want to be there for me. I can't make a person support me. I can't make a person love me. But what I can do, what is within my power, what I can control is my thoughts. So that's making a choice to heal. And that's the point, the first point that I wanted to bring out, making a choice to heal. And if anybody has not already, please hit the like. I'd really appreciate it. Moving on to the second point. I'm not a victim. I am victorious. Thank you so much for that like. I am not a victim. I am victorious. Hi, Joshua. How are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. See, that's what we have to speak over ourselves, and we have to speak over our life. I am not a victim. I am victorious. Yes, you are. So let's move on to the second point. It's choosing to self-love. Now, when we go through situations in our life and we get hurt, someone hurts us, right? Oh, I'm glad you're doing good. Thank you so much for being here. When we go through situations in our life and people hurt us, we have to allow ourselves to say, that was them and this is me, okay? This is me. This is my life. And I have to make a choice to choose me. I have to make a choice to love me, even when it hurts, even when I don't understand things, even when people have not showed up for me like I deserve to, okay? We all deserve to be shown up for. We all deserve to be treated with respect and kindness and be supported and loved and understood. But sometimes the people who are in our life do not respect us, do not care for us, do not understand, because they do not love and understand themselves. And it all goes back to the first point, choosing to heal and speaking and claiming that a healing to take place in our life. And I want you to do the same. Choose to heal. choose to release, choose to let go, and choose to make a choice that no matter what has happened to you in your life, you're still going to make a choice to self-love. Now, what are some of the things that we do when we make a choice to self-love? When we make a choice to self-love is we think about what is for my ultimate happiness, what's for my ultimate peace, and it's making those choices that is in line for us to be a better human being, to be happier, and to be more comfortable in our own skin. And making a choice to self-love, it starts with our mental health. You have to be okay here. And sometimes because of the way we have been treated, okay, the way we have been not cared for or respected. That's a lot of disrespect that happens from many people that could be in our life. But we can't do anything about them. We're talking about ourselves. But we have to get into a space that even when people hurt us, we cannot allow anything to stop us from loving ourselves and loving our life and seeing our own personal potential. See, to be victorious in this life, we have to come what may. No matter what, I speak victory over myself. See, you have to speak life. You have to speak peace. You have to speak hope over yourself. And until you make the choice to say, you know what? I know that the hope is within me. I know that there is joy inside of me. I know that there is light inside of me. And allowing yourself to reflect on those things and be your personal best. So make a choice every single day and choose to love yourself. And that self-love means making a choice to be your own best friend. And many people in this life do not know how to do that. I had to go through a process, a long process of healing till I could get to the space where not only am I my own friend, but I do things for myself because I am my own friend. Part of that self-love is knowing your own boundaries, knowing what you personally need. You have to know the direction of your life. What is your own personal focus, and allow yourself to be all of those things. So let me start a poll. Hold on a second, guys. Almost done. Okay, I just started a poll right there. Please take the poll. Hi, The Haven. How are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday. And that's something that we have to do. We have to speak love over ourselves. It's something that we have to constantly do. It's not something that we just say we love ourselves. We have to do more than just say we love ourselves. We have to show it by our actions. Happy Sunday, The Haven. I hope you're well. We have to speak love over ourselves, and it's something daily in my errors, in my sadness, in my disappointments, in my difficulties. I speak love over myself. You have to make that choice. See, it's a self-pronouncement. You have to something that you have to claim. Not something, nobody can't give you the gift of self-love. Nobody, and let me go back a little bit, because in speaking about I'm not a victim, I'm victorious, we first have to think about ourselves and how much we continue to love ourselves. The Haven says, keep up the great motivation. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. And the same for you as well. Be encouraged. So, when you think about yourself, everybody, how do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a loving person, as your own best friend, as someone respected? Those are the things when we start working on ourselves and our own personal healing, we have to do some of the work on ourselves. I speak love over myself. I speak friendship over myself. I claim it. And the way we claim it is by our actions. So, all the best in the journey for everybody. It's not something that happens overnight, because I'm telling you, when you go through things in your life and people hurt you, and they hurt you so bad, it's like stabs in the heart over and over again, and they don't care about how they talk to you. They don't care even when you tell them how you feel. But that's when you have to make a choice to choose yourself over choosing them. The Haven says sometimes we can be professional victims if we are not speaking positively over our lives. And that is the truth. And that's why I say all the time, it's about the victim mentality. There's a lot of people who have that victim mentality because of their upbringing. They have negativity all around them. All they've ever known is negativity. All they've ever gotten is poor treatment and disrespect and all of those things. And that's why it's up to us as grown individuals to make a choice to say, you know what? No matter what, how I have been treated, no matter what other people think about me, it's about what I think about myself. It's what I speak over myself that matters. And that's where we have to start. And this is when the victory over challenges, over obstacles, over mindsets starts to happen. Hi, Tamika. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. I appreciate you being here. Yes. Happy Sunday to everyone. So, in speaking about having victory over our personal life, over our situation, and over our mindset, just like I said in the beginning, first we have to start off by choosing to heal, speaking it over my life. And you have to speak it over your life. I claim a healing over my life. I claim a healing over my negative mindset, my negative attitude, over my finances, over my past. See, we have to make those sort of pronouncements, not of judgment. Don't judge yourself because of the past and what you did. It's about today and what you're going to do today that will shift your tomorrow. See, that's how you shift from a negative mindset to a positive one. It's not allowing yourself to stay in the past, but while your past hurts you, you take whatever it is from your past and you use it as a fuel. It's called mindset shifting for a reason. You use your past as a fuel for your present. What can I take all of this negativity, I take all of this bad energy, I take all the things that everybody said I would never do, you'll never be anything, and taking that and pouring it into something positive, pouring it into your purpose and your reason for existing. The Haven says, when the enemy tells you that you are nothing, you tell the enemy, I am not that. Yes, we all make mistakes. It's what we do after the mistakes that matters. Yes, and that's the difference when you go from a victim mentality to a victorious one. It's all about what you say, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that has the power. And many people don't understand how much power you have. What you think is who you become. What you think is what you do. What you believe is what you claim. And until you claim that victory, until you start saying, I'm healed, we have to stop saying I'm hurt. This happened to me and they did this, because I've heard people talking about the same things over and over again for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 50 years ago. We are the ones that have to make a choice that, yes, while they did X, Y, and Z to me, but today is a new day. And today I'm going to forgive them. Not that you're going to forgive them and keep them in your life, but you forgive them. So I forgive them so I can have peace. I forgive myself so that I can move forward. I forgive myself so I can have joy. I forgive myself so I can have restful sleep. Okay? Those are the things that we do when we want to mature. See, there's a lot of people in this life that they may be grown, right, in age. You're 18 and up, but they're still acting like kids because they have not allowed themselves to go from a victim to victorious. And that's what some of the things that, sometimes I take a few steps back. I get negative. Sometimes I get down on myself. And then I have to say, no, we are not that anymore. That's the former you. That's the old you. Or that's the inner child. That's a little girl inside of me. Or that's a little boy inside of me. All of those things. No problem, The Haven. I really appreciate you for being here and supporting this chat. So let's get to the next point, everybody. To go from being a victim to being victorious, this is what we have to do. This is point number 3. We have to choose to have self-respect. We have to choose to have self-respect. Now, that's not something that's going to happen overnight. We have to choose to respect our own opinions. We have to choose to respect our mindset. We have to choose to believe in ourselves. We have to make all of those choices every day, and that's a part of learning to respect ourselves, learning to respect our own boundaries, okay? And if we have never had boundaries in our life, this is the time where we need to start having them. Make some boundaries, because until we make certain choices to say, because I respect myself, this is what I'm going to do, okay? Because I respect me, even if you don't like what I'm saying, that's your problem. But I make a choice that this is what I'm going to do, and this is as far as you're going to go with me, or I'm going to cut you off. Yes, Tamika, yes. You have to make certain choices. You have to speak certain things out of your mouth, and you have to let people know that you're not playing games. And I'll tell you something, when you start changing and you start healing and you become happier and you have more peace in your life, there's a lot of people who will not like you anymore. There's a lot of people, so I'm speaking that so that you all will be informed. There's a lot of people that you may be running with right now, and in your negativity, in your lack of healing, in your whatever, your bad attitude, in your not allowing yourself to heal. But when you make that conscious choice, I choose to be better. I choose to be better than I was. I choose to forgive. I choose to heal. I choose to love myself. I choose to respect me because I am important. And when you value yourself and when you speak it out of your mouth, I am important, so I'm going to treat myself as such. See, when we stop feeling sorry for ourselves, I will go to that. When you say you're a victim of things, right? What is that come with? Being a victim means feeling sorry for yourself, always complaining, but you're never doing anything about it. Now, there's certain things that happen to us. We can't do anything about the past and what other people did, but we can always shift and change our outlook towards it. Yes, they did this, but at the same time, if that situation didn't happen to me, would I be as strong as I am? Would I be able to give a testimony? Would I be able to share my story and to tell somebody, I went through this and I'm not embarrassed, I'm not ashamed. That is what happened to me. And now I can tell you, you too can get through it. It's one of the reasons why I do this channel, because I freely speak about what happened to me in my past. I freely said, speak about my many times of having depression, my many times of trying to unalive myself, my many times of feeling disappointed and feeling that I was nothing, having very low self-esteem. Absolutely, I can testify to somebody. I didn't read it in a book. I know how it feels to feel like nothing. I know what it feels like to not be supported. I know what it feels like to have people talk about you right in front of your face and to not support you and love you, not to show you affection that you deserve. But that's them. And I had to forgive them for who they were. And hope for them and prayed for them that maybe it will get better for them one day. But I can't stay in that. Just because a person makes a choice to not love themselves, it doesn't mean you have to also make that same choice. So in choosing to have self-respect, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to make the hard choices? Are you willing to cut certain people off? It may be your relative. It may be your quote unquote friend. It may be your romantic interest. Not all the people in our life that say they love us, that claim to love us, actually do. Some people only love out of convenience. They love you because they know they're going to get something. There's going to be a benefit from them, right? Hmm. What are some of the benefits that people get from love? Maybe you doing X, Y, and Z for them. They have the benefit of maybe getting your money. Maybe you're going to give them a ride. Maybe you give them good feedback and positivity and encouragement. People only stay in our life when they get something from us. And the moment you stop giving them those same said things, they're going to leave you alone. So part of respecting ourselves is not putting ourselves in situations that will hurt us, not allowing ourselves to continuously be hurt over and over again. When somebody shows you who they are, do you believe them the first time? Or do you let them keep doing things to hurt you? That's something in my honesty I didn't want to admit. When somebody would do something to me, I would say, that's how this person is. That's how my sibling is. That's how my parents are. That's how my friend is. We cannot condone bad behavior and constantly allow people to hurt us and run over us like a doormat, because people will continue to do something until you say no more. You will not treat me that way. You will not disrespect me. I love myself, so no. And you don't have to show up for people because they're your family or they're your friend or it's your spouse or significant other. People who are toxic, you have to train people how to treat you. And if you keep allowing people to disrespect you, of course, they're going to keep doing it over and over again because you never do anything about it, because you keep telling them your business, because you keep supporting them and showing up for them. One thing that we have to do in shifting from a victim to victorious is we have to say no and mean it. Say no and mean it. And yeah, they're going to be upset. Yeah, they'll be angry. But when we say no to other people, we learn to say yes to ourselves. And that's how we get stronger. That's how we become victorious in this life. By saying no. No is a very powerful word. No comes with a lot of strength. You gain courage every time you say no to somebody, when you show up as your true and organic self. We got to learn to be real with ourselves first. Be real with you so that you can be your best and you can claim that victory and gain the strength that you need to be happy. Because in this life is too short. It really is. Life is too short to be miserable. Life is too short to allow people to take advantage of us and treat us like we are nothing. It is. Life is too short. So in that, we have to stop doing things to be a victim. We have to stop allowing people to talk to us anyway. And when people show us that they don't care about us, believe them. If someone is all by their actions, they're showing they don't care about you. They're showing you because they don't support you. They don't listen to you. Or if you say something, they just, like everything that you have to talk about or anything that you need is not important. But everything they need is important. They want you to show up for them every single time they call or they need you. But when it comes to you needing something, they don't show up for you. They don't consider you. They don't respect you. So that's what we have to do for ourselves. Part of self-respect is when we see how other people are treating us and it's not in a way that we like, believing it and saying, I don't have to take that. that's empowering. That's how we empower ourselves. We empower our mind, and we have confidence in ourselves when we allow ourselves to be our best. Okay. Now let's get into point number 4. I'm not a victim, I am victorious. Point number 4 is choosing to make better choices. Now, I know that's something easier said than done. It really is, because we can be for many, many years make poor choices because that's all we've seen. The people around us, maybe your parents, maybe your siblings, your friends, people in your community. Sometimes the choices that we see around us are not always the best choices for us. I had to say that to myself too. Just because somebody makes this particular choice for themselves, it doesn't mean that that's a good choice for me. You know, I had to have that self-awareness and start working on my own set of values. What do I personally want? What do I personally need as a human being, as a woman, as a person who loves themselves, as my own best friend? You know, and learning to formulate, this is what I need in my life, and things that are disrupting me from making better choices and my elevation and my peace, I have to cut those people off. So part of it is making those choices. I choose to make a better choice, and that means that sometimes we have to think about things and not just do things on the spur of a moment. I know many, many times I've had to do that for myself. When a situation comes our way, or when somebody wants to say something to us or ask us to do something, they try to put the pressure on us for us to answer right away. Oh, come on, I need the answer. Well, why don't you just do it? And just do it. But don't let anybody rush you into making a choice that you may later regret. Take your time, take the moments. It's better to wait, to hold back a little bit, and then you're sure, is this a choice that's good for me? Is this going to help me, or is this going to hurt me? Those are some of the things that, as I've matured, as I've healed, as I love myself, as I am my own best friend, I've learned to pause. Is this a good choice for me? And then give myself the time that I need. If you need time to think about what do I want to do? Is this in line with my purpose? Can I afford this? All of those things, that's important when we talk about making better choices, okay? Now let's get to our point number 5. We have 7 points that we're going to talk about today. Point number 5, in shifting, I'm not a victim, I am victorious, is choosing to change. Now, this is one of the hardest things. I don't know about you all. I don't know about all of my motivators, but I know for myself is choosing to change. Changing yourself is so hard because we get used to doing the same things. We get used to having the same mindsets. We get used to doing the same things. But if something is not working for us, if something is hurting us, something is slowing our progress, if something is hurting our physical body, if something is affecting our mental health, we have to start making some choices. I have to choose to change, you know, who I allow myself to be around. I have to make a choice to change how I think about myself. And that's something that was like really big for me in making a choice to change what I thought about myself. You know, I know that there are many people who grew up and didn't have a positive reinforcement. They didn't have people in their life telling them that, you know, they're beautiful, or they're handsome, or they're smart, they're capable, they're willing, they can do great things. You know, we didn't have a lot of people who were pouring that confidence inside of you. But now as an adult, we have to make a choice that even if other people do not speak over our life, we speak over our life. And I had to make a choice to change how I talk to myself. And I had to start saying, even when I don't understand, even when the money may not seem to be there, even if the support may not be there from other people, it doesn't mean that I can't win at this. We have to make that choice within ourselves. I make a choice to change how I think. I make a choice to change my attitude, and don't have a bad attitude. Don't get, what is it called? Don't stay in that negative space and to think because it hasn't happened yet, it won't happen. We are the ones that have to speak over our life. It just hasn't happened yet. I just haven't met the right people. I just haven't got into the right situation, but it's going to happen. You have to speak over your life, and you have to first believe it until your life can become victorious. We cannot have victory over things if we think the way that we always have. If you think nothing will never happen for me, guess what? It won't. But when you start saying great things are happening for me, watch, you're going to start seeing great things happen to you, because what you believe, what you think is what you become. Okay? So choosing to change your mentality, choosing to change your attitude, choosing to change who you associate with. And that's a really big deal, because if we stay around people who are doing nothing with their life, they're procrastinators, they're lazy, all they want to do is take from you, right? Boy, is that hard. The people who always want to take from you, they take, but they never give anything to you. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? Welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being here. If you could hit the like, I really appreciate it. Mark says, well, I had a few things happen to me. I got my disability, and I'm just waiting to go on my next adventure. Yes, and you will find yourself a good person. But it's all about how you project, how you show up, and believe that. Be confident, and speak it into existence. And if you're a person of faith, tap into your spiritual side, and ask for the things that you want, and then believe it as it has already happened. See, that's about speaking victory as it has already happened. You have to speak as to receive. So if you believe it, you will search, you will act on it, and you will get, and you will receive. Okay. So let's get into choosing to change. Now, I know that it's not easy when we do things for a while, right? When we choose to, even simple things like getting exercise, having the right diet, learning to say no to people who take advantage of us and disrespect us and treat us like trash. It's hard to make those changes, because most of the time the people who hurt us the most are our very own relatives. It's your family. Not all the time family loves you the way that you deserve to be loved. It's so true. Hi, Colton. How are you doing? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday. If you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. I hope you're well. So let's go on to our point number 6. Hi, Pontoon, Jody, catfishing. Yes, believe it, you will receive it. Doubt it, and you will do without. Yes, you will do without. See, until you make a choice to change your mindset, right? And I know for sure, until I made a choice to change my mindset, until I started being confident in myself, and when I started to stop having the fear, because it's not that the fear goes away, but it's learning to move through your fear, learning to move through all situations, allowing yourself to say, I don't understand. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm still going to do it because I believe in myself. I believe that something good will happen. See, when you start having that mentality that great is happening to me, then you will get great things. Yes, hi to you, Jody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your support. And happy Sunday to everybody. So now we're at point number 6. We got one more point after this, everybody. So point number 6, and I'm not a victim, I am victorious. Okay. Point number 6 is looking for the positives in life. And I know that it's not an easy thing. It's not easy to look for the positive in this life because there's so much negativity in this world. Isn't it true? There's so much negativity. There's so much negative people. There's so much stress. There's so many things that come at us on a regular basis, from the TV, from the computer, from texting, from people you know in real life. There's always things that bombard us on a day-to-day basis, but we have to speak over our life that I look for the positive in my life. And it doesn't have to be a big thing, but looking for the little silver lining. You know, even simple things like every day I wake up, I speak over my life gratitude. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful to have another day. See, I start my day off with this is the first positive thought that I start off my day with every single day. I choose to be grateful to be alive. I choose to smile. That's a conscious choice that I make every day. I choose that no matter what, whether I have $1 or whether I have $5,000, I choose to be happy and to be grateful with my current situation. See, sometimes you can be in a situation to where you may not have a lot financially, or you may be suffering with some sort of disability or illness or some situation that you can't change. It's just your life at the current moment. But we can't change the situation. We can't change the circumstance, but we can always change our attitude. We can't change the way that we look at it. We can't change what we focus on. And if we continue to allow ourselves to focus on negative things, we will be negative. And it makes life very difficult. Life can be more difficult than we need it to be, because if you all you ever think about, nothing is happening right for me and nobody likes me and I don't have this and I don't have that. If you focus on what you don't have, life is going to be very hard. But when you allow your mind to focus on something positive, I allow myself, I have to speak it over myself sometimes when I gotta have a bad attitude or my day isn't going the way that I want to. I have to literally speak out of my mouth. I'm going to restart my day. I'm going to choose to be positive. I'm going to choose to be happy. I'm going to choose to not allow other people to get inside of my mind. And because they're making a choice to be negative, it doesn't mean I have to make a choice to be negative. Yes. Very good, Mark. Choose to do things to make yourself happy. That's something that's very important. That's a part of looking for the positive in your situation. Before I used to always focus, I don't have this and I don't have that. And when I had lost my mother and my father within 7 months, I was hyper fixated on that. All I thought about, I don't have my mom, I don't have my dad, and I was driving myself crazy and crying all the time and being sad and snapping at other people. But when I shifted my mentality I started thinking about, look how long I had my mother and my father. I surely am blessed. Hey Maria, how are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being here. If you could hit the like, happy Sunday. I hope you're well. But when I shifted my mentality, when I shifted my attitude towards my life, everything started shifting in my life. When I started thinking about all the years that I had with my mother and my father, all the things that they taught me, all the love that I got. Not that I had perfect parents, but I had parents and they did the best that they could in their situation. So that's what I'm talking about. Choose to look for the positive in your life. So no matter what it is, there's always something that we can be grateful for. There's always something we can be thankful for. There's always somebody that we can thank. And for me, choosing to look for the positive is always trying to find a way that I can help and assist another person. And when you're always focused on helping somebody else and supporting somebody else and encouraging somebody else, it gives us time to get our mind off of ourselves and to focus on somebody else. Sometimes in claiming victory over our situation. It's not that our situation is good, it's that we need to focus on something else, because what's going on in our personal situation, if we focus on it too long, it will really get us down and get us very, very discouraged. So in having that positive mindset and that positive attitude, we have to not fixate on how we've been victimized, but how we have gotten through it, how we've gotten over it, the lessons we've learned, how we have become empowered. And I think that's a wonderful way to think, how we have been empowered, how strong we are, what lessons we've learned, how we've grown. That's something that I feel is so highly important. So do that for yourself. Think about what you have and don't focus on what you don't. And you'll start seeing you're going to feel better. You'll be stronger. Don't say, I don't have this. Say, I'm so grateful that I have this. I'm so grateful that I have my mind, that I can think, that I can breathe, that I have this person in my life. I'm grateful that I have the breath of life. I'm grateful that I have food to eat today. I'm grateful I have a roof over my head. Sometimes it's, if you think about sometimes we have hundreds of things in our life that's going for us, and we're only focusing on the one or two things that we don't have. Maybe you're my health is not that good and I don't have a lot of money. Okay. But what about you're alive? You have a roof over your head. You have food to eat. You have people in your life that love you. Think about so many other things that sometimes I like to think about. I bet there's a lot of people right now that may not have a job. I'm grateful I have a job. It may not be the job I want. It may not be a job I like. Or, focusing on your health. I think that's something important. If you're having good health at the moment, speaking that and saying, I'm so grateful that I'm healthy. Having your health is a gift. So if you have good health at the moment, be grateful for that. Look for the positive. So that's how we shift from victim to victory, is allowing ourselves to look for what we do have and not focusing in on what we don't. Okay. And this is the seventh and the last point, everybody. And that is, I'm not a victim. I am victorious because I am choosing better friends. Now, I mean, when I say friends, I mean not just the blanket statement. Like, people love to say, this is my friend, that is my friend. No, I'm talking about the real people who are your true friends, the ones that hold you down, the ones that support you, the ones that encourage you, whether you do right, whether you do wrong. They're there for you in the good times and the bad. Most of the time when we talk about friends, how people are on social media or on the TV in movies, it's about it being there in I call it a highlight reel. Of course, people will want to show up when things are good, like you get married, you had a baby, you bought a home, you graduated. Well, in the good things in your life, you buy a home. But what about the people who are there for you when you're crying all the time, when you're suffering from depression, or you're having some issues within your relatives, or you're experiencing heartache, or maybe now you're an empty nester and you miss your kids, and they're there for you. They're there for you to support you. Those are friends. So let's stop using the term friend so loosely when there's a lot of people that they're not your friends, when it's you that are the friend, but they are no friend to you. So it's selecting people who actually care about us and will be there for you. Okay. Jody says, I am thankful I am able to work. I have narcolepsy and my boss has been very understanding of the situation. Well, that's wonderful, Jody. And I'm so happy for you that you have a very understanding boss, and they're there for you. So that's one of the things that focus on what you have. Focus on who you are and where you are. One thing that always encourages me in my life is I look back in my life, I look back and I say, remember when you were so negative? Remember when you thought you wouldn't get through that situation? And then I did. Remember when you thought you were nothing? And then look at me these days. I'm smiling, I'm supportive of other people, all of those things. Yes, Jody, part-time friends. They are your friends when they need something, but that's not really a true friend. Hi, Blaze. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm only going to be on here about maybe another 6 minutes or so. But I definitely wanted to say that we have to honestly think about who we choose to be friends with, who you choose to tell your personal business to, who you choose to listen to and be supportive of. That's a choice. So sometimes the reason why we have this negative victim mentality is because we have people in our life that are not choosing to speak that they're victorious. They're choosing to be negative. They're choosing, oh, my life is terrible and it's awful, and they blame this person and that person instead of being accountable for their actions. I did this. Sometimes the reason why we stay stuck in that negative victim mentality is because we are the ones that are punishing ourselves. We are the ones saying it's not going to get better. We have to shift that mindset and stop saying it won't get better. And when you start saying it is better, and I am better, and I claim better, and I speak better, and I'm more powerful, I'm empowered, I love myself, I'm my own friend, I make better choices. See, it's a shift. Your life will shift when you shift up here. See, your power comes, your strength comes from the choices that you make, okay? Make better choices, and especially when it comes to choosing better friendships, you will get better. Mark says, I got my family that helps with support. My daughter, she's 12. She has accepted me for being blind. And my ex-girlfriend, she's been a big support of me, and it helps. Awesome, Mark. Glad to hear that. See, and that's what's important. Focus on those things. Focus on what you have. Focus on your true support, your true love, your true friendships. You know, make better choices. You know, it's all up to us. Okay? It's all up to us. When we make a choice, I speak positive over my life every day, no matter if I woke up in a good attitude or a poor one. I still speak positive over my life. I still encourage myself. I still tell myself, you can do it. You can get through it. Everything is going to be okay. One moment at a time. Sometimes thinking about the day will be good is I have to break it down in things that I can handle. Sometimes 24 hours is too much for me. And I have to say, in this moment, Marlene, it's okay. Focus on this moment and then get through the next one. Blaze says, I agree. It's best to stay 3 moves ahead. That doesn't mean you have to live in fear or make moves with a negative attitude, but just be mindful of who you choose to surround yourself with. Yes, that's so important, Blaze. Thank you so much. If I was on StreamYard, I would pin that comment. That's a really good one. Thank you for that. We have to make better choices. And I remember when I was younger, and my mom used to always say, be careful who you associate with. Be careful who you align with. Be careful who you trust. And it's true, but we really don't understand things when we're younger. But when we get older, we have to do something different. Do something different. If it hasn't worked, if you've been used and abused and abandoned and disrespected, stop allowing the ones that disrespect you to do such. Pull away from them. Stop talking to them. Don't speak to them, especially if the ones that always call you and everything that comes out of their mouth is something negative. Always a complaint. And there's zero accountability on their side. They never say what they did in the situation. It's always somebody else's fault. Those are not good people to keep in your life because they will drag you down. They will start making you think the same thing about your life. When you make better choices, you're going to bring people who make better choices into your life. And our family, our friends, our relatives, okay? If they do not do the right thing, then they don't belong at a space in our life too. Hey, Realist, how are you doing? Welcome. I really appreciate you all being here. Happy Sunday to everybody. If you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. That's something that, we have to do something about it. And for me, it was me making a conscious choice. I had to make a conscious choice to start telling myself, I'm not a victim. I don't have to do what other people want me to do. I can make a choice to say no. I can make a choice to say I can't afford that. I can make a choice to say I don't want to do that. That's not within my focus. That's not in with my beliefs. That's not what I actually want to do in my life. And when we do that, motivators, we become empowered. We have spoken victory over ourselves. We've spoken victory over our life. It's something that we have to claim every single day. I'm not a victim. I'm empowered. I'm strong. I'm healthy. You have to speak, I'm healed. That's something that I didn't understand about life. Is if you always focus on what happened to you and not focus in on what is happening, you miss out on so much. You are so focused on what happened last month, last year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years ago, that you can't focus in on the gifts and the blessings that you have right now. What about what's happening right now? What about what you're learning and how you're growing and how now you know about your mental health and peace and boundaries and joy? See, that already shows that you're on the right track to victory. See, motivators, when you make a choice that I'm not a victim and you start saying to yourself, but I'm victorious, and you show up in your choices and your associates. And also the most important thing is making that choice to say, I choose to heal. I choose to not be who I was. I choose to not allow the things that I used to allow because I know better. Now I do better. Okay? Blaze says sometimes things will organically happen and you don't have to have any control over it. But in most cases, you're absolutely in full control and you just need to understand the flip side of your choices. Exactly. Understand the flip side. That's very important, Blaze. Focus on what you can do. That can be very helpful for each and every one of us. It's very helpful in knowing this is what I can do, and also knowing what you can and knowing that it's all right. So, I used to always be so frustrated because I wanted to do something like my sister or my brother or my cousin or somebody on the job. But if we focus on what we can't do, then we make our own self miserable. You just victimize your own self instead of stepping into your own power, stepping into your own gifts, what you can do, what you do have, what you possess. That's empowering. Don't try to be anybody other than yourself. That self-love is something very important. That self-love, that self-awareness. Because until you learn to love yourself, until you learn to respect yourself, you're always going to draw people to you like a magnet. They're going to be drawn to you like a magnet. They'll come out of nowhere. Until you know about boundaries, until you know about self-respect, until you know how to say no, people will keep using you. People will play games with your head and your heart until you put on your big girl panties, put on your big boy drawers and say, enough is enough. We're not doing this. You're not going to play games with me. I'm not here for that. I know better. And because I know better, I do better. I love myself. And because I love myself, I respect myself. Because I'm not a victim anymore. I am victorious. And that's what I say to each and every one of you. You are victorious. Yes, Tamika, you are. You are victorious. And if somebody has not told you that today, you are. And I know that many You know, I don't know each of you personally, and you don't know me personally, but one thing I know about life is everybody has had situations in their life. Every single person, situations that could have took you out, but you overcame it, and you're still here. Even if sometimes it saddens you, it gets you down for a little bit, but allow yourself to rise up. Okay, rise up again. Okay, that was the past. I can't control it. That's the talk. That's the narrative I have to say to myself when I kind of go back and why did they do that to me and why this and why that? I had to shift my thinking. I had to shift, well, Marlene, you can't do anything about it. You can't make that person do the right thing. All you can do is be you. And then I come back to where I need to be. So don't focus on what others do. Focus on what you can do and allow yourself to be happy. That's something that's very important. Mark says, yes, this might be some things that I can't do, but you know what, I focus on the stuff I can do and I never focus on anything else. Yes, that's empowering, Mark, and I'm proud of you. Blaze says, I was raised by my grandfather, and he taught me that if I decided to go right, then I also needed to understand what awaited me if I wanted to go to the left. Choices. That's very mature. That's very mature. I'm so grateful that you had a grandfather that taught you that. That's empowering. Yes, exactly, realist. And I just wanted to encourage every single person who is in the sound of my voice, whether you're watching now live, you're in the background, you're in the bushes, or you're in the replay, know your worth. Whatever you have been through in your life, there's some people who have come in our life or have been in our life that have never deserved to be there. Don't put more energy and power into it than you need to. If they don't want to show up for you, then there's the door. You can go. Only allow people in your life that support you, encourage you, and love you. If they're not loving you, respecting you, especially if they're not respecting your boundaries, you got to go. See, that shows that you are victorious, okay? That shows that you are victorious. If you cannot respect me, respect my boundaries, respect what I've told you that I don't like, and you still want to do what you want to do, you got to go. Okay? Believe that. Believe that for yourself. Believe in yourself. Have confidence, everybody. Be confident, because yes, sometimes people will leave our life because we stop letting them be a doormat. We stop allowing ourselves to be used. See, and that's very empowering, okay? There's a lot of strength in that. When you stop allowing people to use you, they're going to drop off, because that shows that they were only here to use you. Okay, if somebody can't do something for you, there's the door. There's the door. You can go. Okay, exit. All right? Exactly. All of that. Exactly, realist. Blaze says 100% in agreement. Excellent message. Thank you, Blaze. Realist says no smiling in the face of people who phony support. Yeah, I can't stand that. I can't stand it, whether it's social media, whether it's in your real life, whether it's your relatives, and especially I can't stand it with these fake people at the job. Hi, how are you doing? Good morning. And you can't stand me. I'd rather somebody don't say anything to me than to be fake. I'm looking at them like, I know you don't like me. Like, don't talk to me. Leave me alone. I don't know. I guess I'm just on that frequency right now. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you. If you have not already, hit the like, subscribe to this channel. I do these live streams. Right now, I'm in the zone where I don't like to put up when I go live. I just have to feel it. I feel like these days a message has to be on my heart. It has to be something I've been through, or my spirit has to speak to me and say, speak on this or that. So that's why you don't see a schedule anymore for live streams. I just say I do lives weekly, and I do. Yeah, I can't pretend either, realist. Let's see. Blaze says, if you want to stay, then stay. If you want to go, then go. I only ask for you to make a decision and don't block traffic. That's a good one. That's a good one. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody who tapped in, who added to this discussion. I appreciate every single one of you, and what I want to say before I go, speak victory over your life. You are not a victim. You are victorious. You are special. You are important and valuable, and the right people will value you. The right people will respect your boundaries. The right people will support you, and the wrong ones won't. And the wrong ones, they can go. Exit, 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 because there's nothing but victory over here. And I hope victory for you. You speak it over your life, claim it and believe it. Be your own best friend. I'm Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and you've tuned into your Motivated Daily. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. Shout out to all my mods. Check out my mods in blue that have channels. I think my only mod that came in that has a channel is Realist One. So check out my mod, Realist One, his content. And to everybody who is watching in the replay, leave me a comment in the comment section below. How do you deal with your past issues, unresolved issues? And I hope that you're speaking over your life. I am not a victim. I am victorious. You are somebody. And you know what I say over here. Just know it. Just breathe it. And be it. And live your best life. I will see you all back tomorrow for Motivated Daily. We do the Motivated Dailies Monday to Sunday. Every single day, a new video is uploaded that's motivational, inspirational, and positive at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to check it out. And shout out to everybody who supports me on this channel. I thank you all so much. Everybody have a great day. Oh, and I didn't even end this poll. Let me end this poll. And it says, do you speak victory over your life? 9 votes said yes. Awesome, everybody. Yes, speak victory over your life. You are victorious. I'll see you guys back on the next one. I'm thinking I'm going to be live on Tuesday, but I'm not positive right now. But always check out the homepage, and you can see I always set up the lives in advance. So there's that. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Happy Sunday to all my motivators. Be encouraged, be inspired, and be yourself. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Have a great Sunday and a great week ahead.